Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we live in the greatest country in the world with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served our country, to defend the freedoms we enjoy, we ask gentlemen to remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. As the host of tonight's game, the Athletic Department of Valley View High School welcomes you to tonight's basketball game between the visiting Lumberjacks of Oakwood High School and the Spartans of Valley View High School. And thank you for your support of high school student athletes. The student athletes, the coaches, and the officials have put great effort into preparing for this game. Please respect them for their efforts and remember to respect the game regardless of the outcome. The officials assigned to this game have met the requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in tonight's game. The officials for this game are Adam Sensabaugh, Danny Frank, and James Cavalier. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Valley View High School, and you are requested to so regard them and to so treat them in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Now, let's meet the starters in tonight's game. First, for the Oakwood Lumberjacks. At forward, 6'1" senior, number 2, Jack Armstrong. At guard, 5'10" senior, number 3, Jacob Sargent. At guard, 6' junior, number 4, Darren Rubin. At forward, 6'2" senior, number 10, Jimmy Galvin. And at forward, 6'4" sophomore, number 33, Jack Lyman. Head coach for the Lumberjacks, Paul Stone. Assistant coach, David Baller. And now, from the Valley View Spartans, at guard, 6' senior, number 0, Gio Geiger. At forward, 6'3" junior, number 4, Kay Friedel. At guard, 6'1" senior, number 5, Chance Percival. At forward, 6'2" sophomore, number 32, Troy Coulter. And at forward, 6'2" senior, number 34, Max Shuey. Head coach of the Spartans, Butch Stidham. Assistant coaches, Brandon Hassel and Rick Heffley.
All right, welcome back to Valley View High School for tonight's MVCC varsity game of the week. It'll be the Oakwood Lumberjacks all in blue taking on the Valley View Spartans all in white. Jared Burks alongside Jeff Allen again. Jeff, real quick, who's your player to watch for the Lumberjacks?
For the Lumberjacks, it is no doubt Darren Rubin. He's putting up a whopping 21 points per game almost, which is first in the Southwestern Buckeye League, along with 5 rebounds a game and 3 assists. So really making a difference and with a lot of efficiency, too, for high school.
Valley View wins the opening tip, and it is controlled by Chance
Percival. kicking it around the perimeter. Valley View is right now. Missed shot by Gio Geiger.
And Ruben came up with the rebound there. And Ruben will control it at the right of the key as he looks to reset.
He's playing point right now. Going across the defense, and they're carrying a zone.
Three on the way was no good by Jack Sargent. Shuey was on the ground.
Rebound by Max Shuey. Hustle there. Coulter pass in the lane to Shuey. Gets it deflected, and steal really nicely executed by Jacob Sargent. He is the floor general for Oakwood. Really their catalyst.
Quick up-court pass of the Lumberjacks, and they're going to give it to probably their leader of the team, Ruben.
The ball is circling around the perimeter right now. Ruben trying to reset. They bring two defenders to the top of the key to keep them contained.
Down low to Sargent. Or no, that's not Sargent. That is number 33, Jack Peelman, or Plyman.
Nice pass by Galvin, getting it in there to Plyman. And draws the foul. Jake Sargent now, the leader in assist for this Oakwood team.
Ruben gets the ball, drives in, pulls up from the free throw line. Shot's no good. Rebound goes to number 0, Gio Geiger.
Geiger, the leading scorer for these Spartans. It's been a go-to for them all season, and you'll see him get it at the wing. Hard drive, pump fake.
Geiger good for the first basket of the game at just over 6:15 left in the first quarter.
And Geiger, while at times is inefficient, he's very explosive for the Spartans team, and you see him make a good play there.
Foul be on Geiger, his team's first.
Came very close to taking that charge in the last outing versus Oakwood. Geiger had 13 points, so 4 of 16 shooting, but 3 of 9 from 3.
And that 4 of 16, if he can maybe shore up a couple more of those shots, Oakwood or Valley View probably would have came away with the win there. Off the ball foul, and I think Shuey is going to be called for his first.
Valley View foul. Number 34, Max Shuey.
Quick inbounds pass goes to Ruben, and he dribbles out, shoots a 3, no good, and number 4 for the Spartans, Cradleball, comes up with the rebound.
You'll see that a lot tonight. Ruben rely on his ability to create space for himself.
Geiger has it to the right of the key.
You'll also see this a lot tonight. A lot of Geiger ISOs.
Shuey down low. Shuey gives it back out to Coulter, and Coulter's shot is no good.
Troy Coulter just rims right out.
Plyman's with the rebound for the Lumberjacks, and Ruben throws it away, intended to Sargent.
There's one of his weak points. Darren Ruben is 4th in the Southwestern Buckeye League in turnovers, Jared, with 3.9 a game.
Well, that's number 1 for Ruben.
Coulter in the corner, kicking it to the top of the key.
Cradleball hit it, gives it off to Geiger, and Geiger's going to back up. Hands it off to Coulter.
Cross court. Percival.
Percival's 3 was halfway down and it rimmed out.
Ruben leading the break.
Up court gets it back.
They'll set back up in the half court and face this zone once again. Cross court to the corner. That'll be a charging foul on number 10 for the Oakwood Lumberjacks, Jimmy Galvin. Unfortunate play there.
Geiger gives it up court. It's going to stay with the Spartans.
Good effort there by Plyman, but couldn't quite get a handle on it. And Coulter at the inbound from the sideline.
Geiger's going to back out. Ruben poked it away, and it's going to stay with the Spartans.
Good vision by Darren Rubin, closing on that passing lane. Percival brings it down as the play's called.
Gradable has it in the corner.
Good
Shuey
pump fake.
down low, and Shuey gets the bucket to fall.
Max Shuey getting some gritty points in the post. He's only averaging 5.2 a game this year so far, but is a hustle player.
Three in the corner is drilled from Jake Sargent. And the net barely moved on that one, and it cuts it to a 1-point game.
Sargent, no doubt one of the leaders of this team, shooting 37% from three on the season. Shuey gets it out of the corner, and it starts going around the perimeter again. Down low to Shuey, deflected.
And the loose ball's controlled by the Spartans.
Step
Geiger
back.
pulls up from three, no good. And another offensive rebound for Coulter.
Valley View just hustling right now, and Oakwood pays them back with a little hustle of their own in his lumberjack ball.
Oakwood can take the lead on this possession.
Rubin calling the play.
Cross-court pass to down low to Sargent. Or no, that was Sargent with the basket. It was down low to Armstrong.
Good execution, getting inside the zone and operating from there. Geiger taking it past the defense.
And Geiger drives into the paint for his second bucket of the game. Up court pass to Armstrong. Armstrong has it blocked twice, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Oakwood.
Into the game for the Spartans, number 24, Bradley Hudson.
And here you see Geiger driving through the resistance over Plyman.
Also in for the Lumberjacks,
Smooth play there.
Inbound pass goes to Hugh, gives it over to
mid-range jumper.
Two-point basket, Daniel Hugh.
Daniel Hu, one of the more prolific players on this Lumberjack squad.
three by Bradley Hudson's no good. Rubin gonna pull up from three. Rubin's three is good.
Beautiful pull-up. Execution flawless. And though they've had two guys at the top of the key all night, we're not ready for him to just stop like that. See Geiger try to come over and close out real quick, but did not work.
Valley View calls a timeout as Oakwood is on a quick 10-0 run. 1:59 left. Anything really standing out to you so far in this first quarter of play between these two?
Well, I'm intrigued on seeing how the Lumberjacks are going to operate now, having Daniel Hu in the game. As he is one of the more prolific players on the floor, as I just said a few moments ago, Jared, but he's a sixth man, more like. Though he comes off the bench, he's averaging 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and almost 2 assists with a steal a game. So we'll see how more dynamic they are with number 5 entering the game.
Valley View set to inbound. Oakwood going to come out and play a full court. I wouldn't really call it a press, just a full court.
Percival kicks it over to Coulter. Gives it to Geiger in the corner, being very decisive.
Down low, just a little bit too out in front of Shuey. Turnover for the Spartans, and Oakwood comes back up court quickly. Hugh drives into the paint, has it poked away from behind. Coulter running up court with it. Coulter one-on-one. Coulter gets the easy layup.
Nice array of events for Troy Coulter. Nice steal and smooth break.
Armstrong gives it up to Rubin at half court.
See some off-ball movement from Oakwood. Gets it to Hu in the corner, but
Cross-court pass, and that is number 4. Rubin for the 3.
and you see Sargent's vision, how it expands this Lumberjack offense. Nice assist from him there. Shuey
gives it off to Percival. Percival, my correction.
Good take there.
Cradle ball gets the drive-in layup.
quick three from Sargent.
Sargent drills a three in the corner in transition. 35 seconds left.
And Rubin pays him back with a dime of his own. Nice teamwork early from Oakwood.
Cradle ball gives it off to Geiger. Geiger looked like he wanted to take a three.
They got to help him out there. Finally
Down low to Shuey.
Shuey taking it in the post.
Shuey kicks it back out.
They're going to try to get it to Geiger here.
10 seconds left on the clock. Geiger drives in. Step back, cross court pass to Shuey. Shuey going to shoot a three, and it's airballed with 1 second left on the clock.
And Max Shuey shoots 25% from three on the season. So
half court, full court heave won't count, and that is how the first quarter ends. Oakwood leads 16 to 10.
A very impressive quarter for Oakwood, and a lot of promising things to come for this offense. It was pretty exciting.
No, they just drilled 3 straight threes at the end of that quarter for the Lumberjacks did. Rubin hitting 2, and really Sargent, that cross-court pass to Rubin in the corner really, I mean, I don't know how the Spartans lost him in transition.
Ashley Pham, Gabby Hutchinson, and Claire Parker. Cheer coach for the Lumberjacks, Kathy Barlow.
So what has to happen for Valley View to try and, I mean, they're playing decent defense. It's just the ability to pull up and shoot a three whenever for Oakwood has given them a lead.
They're definitely going to have to get some more spacing. Make overall better decisions with shot selection. And Gio Geiger hasn't been fully utilized yet. I feel like he'll start taking more shots, but the thing is you have to get him his shots before it's too late and he starts forcing them to feel like he has to come back. You want to put him in a comfortable place where he gets a shot over the course of the game and not force him all in the fourth quarter when you're down.
Valley View gets the ball to start the second quarter.
Percival. Geiger sees the ball early, gets trapped.
Geiger, see, that's the hesitation. Geiger doesn't need to worry about it. I mean, he was left wide open, should have shot the three. Geiger, another hesitation. Look.
Sargent has him one-on-one out there. He's calling for a screen. Gets the switch, passes away from it.
Cross court to Coulter. Coulter falling out of bounds, throws it back up. Shuey down low. Shuey.
Wise
basket
ball movement there, and Max Shuey's very crafty when it comes down to the post. Very gritty player, and Rubin will kick it across to Sargent, who kicks it to the corner. They'll get this possession rolling.
Sargent back to Hugh, back to Sargent. Sargent down low to Armstrong.
Stagnant possession there, and that's something you won't see often is Jacob Sargent not knowing what to do with the ball. Geiger with the Euro step in transition.
Coulter with the putback.
Good execution there by Coulter, holding it down on the offensive board. 2 quick buckets. Swings momentum a little bit for Valley View. Let's see if they can hold up this possession.
Rubin drives into the paint and has it stolen away. Coulter. Rubin steals it back from Coulter.
Beautiful pass.
Over to Sargent in the corner. Back to Armstrong. Hugh left wide open. Is going to pull it just inside the three-point arc.
And interestingly enough, that's the one he takes. I've seen him open a couple times tonight. Geiger in transition off the board. No good.
Cradle ball with the putback, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Oakwood foul on Jake Sargent. At the line for the Spartans, Cade Cradle ball, shooting 2.
And at one point in that possession, Jared, it got very exciting. Darren Rubin, a walking showcase, it seems. He got trapped into the corner, lost the ball, had it stolen, and then steals it from the guy on the floor.
He ripped it from the guy on the floor.
Yeah. Makes a great pass cross court.
Number 40, Ben Owens, and number 33, Ryan Thompson.
So after the rebound, Cade Cradle ball, 1 of 2 from the line. They're on to 5-0 since the beginning of the second quarter.
Kicks it over to number 11, Jaden Spar.
And this is the first time they're playing without their leading scorer, Rubin, who's on the bench.
Down low to Armstrong, out to Spar backs over to Hugh in the top of the key. Hugh gives it over.
Sargent
for three, rims out.
Good ball movement and great hustle. Number 2, Jack Armstrong.
Hugh pulls up from the free throw line. Shot's no good, and
Armstrong
Armstrong
again.
Another crashing the board.
The senior is getting it done.
Sargent launches a 3, and it's good.
And what an energetic possession led by Jack Armstrong, the senior getting the bench pumped.
2 offensive rebounds.
You see Ben Owens in the game for the first time. He made a huge impact in the JV.
Cradle ball with another easy basket.
And that's a big part of this offense. They need to get going, Jared. He's their second leading scorer, 6 rebounds a game.
Armstrong kicks it over to Spar in the corner. Now Armstrong directing traffic at the top of the key.
Might try to get it in the high post again, and they do. Jack Armstrong, kick it out to who?
Backs out to Armstrong. Armstrong's going to shoot the 3. Or no, that was Sargent. Armstrong had the rebound and then is fouled.
Lumberjack foul. Number 2, Jack Armstrong.
Armstrong comes with a foul, and now he'll get a break. He is gassed after all of that hustle. Reasonably enough. That'll bring Rubin back in for the Lumberjacks, with this no good news for Valley View. Percival and Geiger.
Cradle ball down low. That is number 33. That is Ryan Thompson. Rubin kicks it over to Armstrong in the corner.
Kleiman gets it to Rubin. Comes off the screen. They're trying to limit him as much as possible. See an extra defender at the top of the key on almost all times.
4 minutes left in this first half, and Rubin kicks it over to Sargent.
Jaden Spard kick back over to Rubin, who is wide open.
Rubin's 3 is nothing but net.
Just a miscue on the communication for rotation. Ben Owens did not get over to the wing, and Rubin just sunk that one.
Valley View throws it away. Up court pass to Rubin. Rubin stands behind the three-point line, launches another one, and it's good.
And this young man is on fire right now. That is his 4th 3 of tonight.
Down low to Owens, kicks it over to Geiger.
And heavy rotation in this Oakwood zone right now. They're making Valley View work for it, and Geiger pulls up
drills
and
a 3.
drills it. And that's Mr. Explosive for Valley View. They really need to get him going and at an efficient level.
Rubin slowly dribbles up the court after the Geiger made 3. Oakwood's coach calling out the play. Oakwood looks confused on offense.
A bunch of miscommunication, and Jimmy Galvin just wasn't going with the flow. So that'll call upon Paul Stone to call a timeout.
Oakwood calls a full timeout.
Oakwood timeout.
And really, besides,
that's good for the Spartans too, because they really need some time to recoup. As you see here, that little lapse in the zone completely.
And it wasn't even, it was just hesitation. And then this one, way up court pass, and he just barely gets a hold of it and shoots it.
Well, just in transition, and that's partially Ben Owens' fault. He has to get over to the corner and block that off. If he gets past you and someone helps, that's fine. You cannot let that guy shoot threes, especially at the clip he has shot them this season, and almost at 33%, but 50 of 150. And so it's no joke. He can drain shots.
And you can't leave any separation on him, or he'll just, I mean, even shooters like that, even if they're shooting cold, they'll shoot, and they can shoot themselves out of a cold streak.
And yeah, and even if this comes out to be a blowout, Jared, it's going to be an entertaining one. Darren Rubin is dazzling right now. Valley View has to find a way to get inside the zone of the Lumberjacks, as they're just daunting, moving back and forth very aggressively. And they're shifting the pressure very hard.
They're boxing one. We got to change it up here.
So here we go. Galvin take the inbound out of this timeout, and they got Sargent and Rubin right next to him.
Darren Rubin controls it now at the top of the key, guarded by Percival.
And that's a change up in their zone as they're taking Darren Rubin from the half-court line. And they're going to have their leading ball thief right on Rubin. Everybody else in his zone.
Rubin has it at the top of the key to the right.
And they kind of have this diamond that shifts back and forth, Jared, and kind of spins around. And you'll see Rubin trying to get free, but Percival, he has one job, and that's to smother number 4 right now.
And it is denied out of bounds. I did not see who blocked it for Valley View.
And I do not think having one defender on Rubin is going to work, Jared. It's going to open up way too much space in the court.
It was blocked by Geiger. Rubin calling for it on the inbound, dribbles into the paint. And
he
dribbles
has what he wants.
Deep three. And Cradleball comes up with the rebound.
Darren Rubin almost sends this crowd at a shock. Geiger has it. And they keep on shifting that zone with the 2 at the top of the key, Jared. They're playing some intense rotation right now.
Geiger kicks it over in the corner for 3, and it is good by Percival. Cuts it to a 2-point game with 1:27 left in the first half. He kicks it over to
Plyman at the top
Thompson.
of the key.
3 was no good by Cahill. Or no, that was Plyman.
Shuey back out to Percival. Owens down to Shuey, taking him.
Back out to Owens. Owens launches a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Cradleball. Gives it over to Geiger. 48 seconds left. Owens kicks it over in the corner. That was Percival.
Another
drills
three.
a 3 and gives Oakwood a 1-point lead with 40 seconds left in the half.
Bringing them back and injecting some energy inside this crowd. Spartans up 1 with 30 seconds to go in the half.
Ball poked away but stays with the Lumberjacks.
Great enthusiasm by Ben Owens being in those lanes. And Rubin is just standing in the corner.
Standing there.
Oakwood, he's letting Oakwood take its course on offense, 4-on-4. And that corner is not even visible right now. It's just gone. Rubin is not even on the play.
11 seconds left in the half, now down to 8. Armstrong's 3, or Sargent's 3 is good at the buzzer, and that is how the first half ends in our MVCC varsity game of the week. Oakwood leads 28-26. All right, welcome back to the second half of our MVCC varsity game of the week. Oakwood currently holds a 2-point lead over Valley View, 28-26. Jeff, what stood out to you in that first half on the Spartan side?
Well, the X factor, no doubt, is Darren Rubin for the Lumberjacks, but I think Valley View was just missing a facilitator. Gio Geiger has not really been that man so far this season, averaging only 1 assist a game, and they need a Jake Sargent on their side. He can just let the game flow through him, be available to move the ball. Jack Armstrong getting some more play early. Good assist by Darren Rubin. But Geiger definitely needs to create some separation and find his shooters. Percival was a good bright spot for the Spartans in that half, too.
And Geiger needs to have more confidence in himself. It almost looks like he is hesitant on the shots when he's left. Not wide open, but, I mean, he can at least get off a decent shot.
And they still will continue with Percival right on Rubin. And everybody else looks like they're going to play man-to-man.
Armstrong has the top of the key, guarded by Geiger. Gives it over to
Rubin.
Armstrong.
Gets it. Top of the key, crossover, step back, and he'll hand it off. Almost gets it stolen, does. Shuey with the hustle.
Max Shuey getting down on the ground. Geiger drives into the paint. Geiger, and that is a let's see what the ref calls.
While going up.
He calls it on Rubin.
Lumberjack foul on number 4, Darren Rubin.
Although it's going to be an inbound, and Max Shuey was one of the X factors for the Spartans team in that last half. Closest thing they had to a facilitator, really.
Yeah, handful of rebounds in that half. And Coulter shoots a 3 and airballs that one.
And once it got to Shuey, it looked like the offense flowed.
Sargent drives in, kicks it out to Galvin.
Galvin will have the charge called on him. Good
That'll
job
be
by
his
Cradle Ball.
second.
Lumberjack foul, number 10, Jimmy Galvin.
Let's see. Oh, Max Shuey actually taking the charge on that one.
Gives it over to Geiger, down low to Cradle Ball. Back out to Geiger at the top of the key. He drives in, spin move into the paint. Kicks it over to Percival.
Percival to Geiger driving. Could
Gets
have
the
kicked corner, but
contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
good job being aggressive there by Gio Geiger. He was determined to make something happen that time.
At the line for the Spartans, Gio Geiger shooting 2.
Geiger pump faking, drawing the contact, and going back up into it. Commonly used technique by James Harden. Foul drawing expert.
Don't talk to me about James Harden. All he does is shoot 3s.
Geiger sinks the other one. Don't forget about the step back mid-range. Jacob Sargent bringing it down from the point position now. Still going with a more 4-on-4 approach.
Armstrong kicks it over to Sargent, back to Galvin. And right now, Percival is denying the ball to Rubin. That's Armstrong.
It's going to really wear Chance Percival out over the course of the game. Keep shadowing number 4 like this.
Armstrong drives in, or that was Sargent, can't hit the floater.
Good defense there. Geiger bringing it down in the fast break.
Geiger has the wide open shot, but chose to pass on it. Now he'll drive into the paint, kicks it over to Coulter. Coulter will drive in, kicks it back out. Geiger will shoot the 3, no good. And bodies are on the floor for the Lumberjacks.
And those are the shots you were talking about, Jared, those open spot ups.
Cradle Ball's first foul.
And the Spartans will be enlightened to see Geiger take those shots with a little more confidence throughout the game.
And he's been left wide open for a couple of those before he shot them.
Getting some separation.
Rubin can't hit the 3.
Good off-ball screen there by Galvin.
That is the second foul on Jack Armstrong.
Oakwood foul.
So fouling situation 2 on Armstrong, Sargent, and Galvin for the Lumberjacks. Down low to Coulter. Coulter can't get the easy basket. Coulter almost corralled his own rebound.
Good hustle there by Troy Coulter, but can't come up with the offensive board.
Sargent drives into the paint, pulls up from just outside.
They're really going to need to guard him from that range. That was a very easy shot there. Percival over to Shuey.
Percival with the rebound, kicks it over to Geiger. Geiger wide open from behind the arc, and it's good.
Gio Geiger coming up huge, taking the lead from the Lumberjacks.
And just like that, Oakwood's quickly back up 1.
They need number 0 to step up desperately.
And if you're Oakwood,
sink some buckets.
What time do you start putting a screen on Percival to get Ruben wide open?
Well, they've done it a few times. They did it with Galvin last time, and they just brought a screen down there.
They did. Ruben has the ball, drives in, kicks it back out to Armstrong, gives it back to Ruben.
And it's very essential to get it to Darren Ruben. Is he attracts the eyes and he draws a lot of attention.
Ruben got away from Percival, but they didn't see it.
Not getting a lot of spacing, trying to force it to number 4.
Galvin drives in. He's at the free throw line, kicks it to Ruben. Ruben drives into the paint, pulls up. Shot is no good. Shuey with another rebound.
Great job of collapsing by the Spartans. Ruben was so excited to finally get some space, he just drove in.
Cradle ball, thought about shooting it. Gives it over to Percival, over to Geiger. Geiger's going to shoot another 3, and it's good.
Wow.
Timeout Oakwood, and Valley View has erupted to a 4-point lead late in the third quarter.
And it's incredible. Gio Geiger scores with so much inconsistency. The leading scorer for this Spartans team and really an explosive type of player, but 33% from the field on the season.
And he's just made
26 from
back-to-back.
3. 26 from 3. He just made back-to-back threes, made a 3 earlier. And when he penetrates, it just moves the entire defense. You can tell they're very cautious of the kid. That was the first one. We saw the second one a few seconds ago, but with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, Gio Geiger is the key. You see the Lumberjacks inbounding the ball.
Out of their own timeout.
And not a familiar sight for them as they're down by 4. And there is no sign of Darren Ruben. He is on the bench.
Galvin gives it over to Hugh, back to Galvin. Or no, that is Plyman.
Sargent over to Spar. Spar penetrating, giving it off to Galvin.
Galvin drives in, loses it on the way up. Hugh gets back on defense, one-on-one. Percival and Hugh swats it away. Geiger shoots another 3, no good. Shuey with an offensive rebound in the putback and doesn't get the ball to fall.
And Max Shuey with a great offensive rebound, but I really thought that should have been a foul call on the three-pointer, but get their possession anyways, and Max Shuey shooting 2 on the season, and Valley View is 59.6% from the free throw line on the season as a team. So average numbers for high school play.
Just under 60%. Shuey misses the first.
You'll see Tommy Looney in the game for the first time.
Shuey makes the second one, a 5-point game now for the Lumberjacks. Spar kicks it to Hugh. Hugh drives in, and Hugh was fouled. I believe that'll be on number 24, Bradley Hodson.
Foul, number 24.
24, Hodson. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time, but he has been an encouraging part of this offense for Valley View.
His first team's 5th.
Good
Ball.
steal.
Shuey comes up.
Troy Coulter with the steal. Max Shuey with the hustle.
And the coach with the timeout to save the possession for Valley View, and it keeps the possession arrow in their favor with 2:12 left in the quarter. Valley View now holds a 5-point lead.
And after snagging that lead real quick, great team morale heading into this timeout. Should be a real booster, especially Darren Rubin getting some rest. They have to take advantage of that.
Here's a swat by Hugh. And at one point, if you're Oakwood, when do you bring Rubin back in? That was just a high pass there to Galvin, and I don't know if he was anticipating it coming to him from Sargent.
Only time will tell.
Rubin stays on the bench.
And I think it is better to conserve the junior, just let him play out that entire fourth.
He
Well,
hasn't
you
had
don't
to
have to
play
shake momentum.
He hasn't had to play most of the second and third. He's just standing in the corner.
Yeah, at the end of the second quarter is when they enforced that brand new offense, and since then he's gotten a couple looks, but really can't do anything. They're focusing so heavily upon him. I think Daniel Hughes is a huge part in coming back for the Oakwood Lumberjacks. And Hodson gets swarmed, and Lumberjacks really coming with the pressure right now.
That was Coulter, drives in on Hugh.
Geiger
Loses it
almost
on the
gets
way
penetration.
up. Shuey on the putback, no.
Max Shuey holding it down low.
And Shuey getting physical under the rim and gets another easy basket.
Sargent slicing through. Sargent on Geiger.
Cross court to Looney, back to Hugh. Hugh drives in, pulls up just inside the arc. Shot's no good, hits the back of the rim. Coulter with the rebound. Coulter pushing it up court. Coulter gonna take it, and the shot will fall.
Athletic finish, slicing through the defense. Huge bucket there to put him up by a whopping 9 points. Biggest lead of the game for the Valley View Spartans.
Kicks it back out to Hugh. Hugh, step back, thought about the three. In
Sargent
the corner,
from three.
Sargent's three's no good.
Trying to force something now. Oakwood not finding a lot of spacing.
50 seconds left in the quarter.
You'll see him circle the perimeter.
Cradle ball
Geiger,
gives it to Geiger.
baseline.
Geiger gives it to Shuey. Shuey, he shot 2 threes. Drives into the paint. Shuey can't get it to fall. Cradle ball with the rebound, and he's fouled.
Ooh, that looked clean from the certain perspective of the camera. But nonetheless, it'll be a foul on Lyman. Actually, I think it'll look good at the spar. Be a complete switch now for the lineup. Oakwood, Galvin will come in. Jack Armstrong will come in. Louderback will come in. And last but certainly not least, Darren Rubin will make his return back into the game for the first time in about 3 minutes.
And now you see they bring in Rubin, and Valley View brings in Percival. And he's coming out for Coulter, and Coulter comes out limping.
And Percival.
Cradle ball free throw is no good. And an offensive rebound for Shuey. Shuey on the putback, and it's good. An 11-point game for the Spartans.
And Max Shuey has completely changed this game.
23 seconds left in the third quarter. Rubin has it at the top, or at the half court. Rubin drives in, spin move,
Gets
out.
the switch.
He's guarded in Cradle ball in favor of
switches.
Oakwood.
Galvin in the middle.
And it's thrown away, and it's going to go back to Valley View with 7.9 seconds left.
And if you're senior, essential, number 10, Jimmy Galvin, you cannot let that ball slip through your grips.
7.4 seconds left. Percival driving up court quickly. 3 seconds left. Kicks
Avoids
it back
the
to
trap.
Geiger. Geiger shoots it from about half court, and it's no good. But Oakwood explodes in the Valley View explodes in the third quarter and leads by 11 going into the fourth.
Really
and you can hear
thrilling
the
third
crowd
quarter at
behind
that.
us.
Thrilling, man. Just getting it. It is all smiles there on the Valley View bench. They're just owning, manhandling the paint now. Max Shuey really putting his foot down and becoming valuable for more than just hustle, man. He's putting it in there.
I'm going to go ahead and probably assume that Shuey probably has a double-double.
So many rebounds and just Gritty plays. He has been on the floor so many times tonight. Number 34 really doing all the little things correct. One of the huge reasons for bringing him back in this game. Here you see corralling the loose ball, going straight into the core of the defense.
Gets his own rebound and fouled on the putback.
He just fights through.
You see here's Coulter. He had that steal, and he goes coast to coast and got the and one.
It's a huge play, playing with a lot of momentum, a lot of hustle.
And Valley View has it to start the fourth quarter, up 11 with 8 minutes left on the clock.
I'm telling you right now, Jared, the key to this Oakwood offense is Daniel Hugh, number 5. Mentioned it earlier, averaging 12 points a game, second leading scorer for this team off the bench.
I don't think he scored today.
Yeah, he's going to have to bring it. They're shutting down Darren Rubin and making
he comes
it a
up
point.
with a steal, and Rubin comes up clinching. Gives it off to Rubin. Rubin's shot counted and one.
And he got hurt on that play, still finished through the contact. Incredible diligence there by number 4. You see, kind of behind the pack. That usually doesn't happen. Percival trying to take the charge a little too late. We'll see if Rubin can convert this and one opportunity.
And he does.
Already getting number 4 involved in transition.
I think you're going to have to get him early involved and probably often. And now Oakwood's defense is stepping up considerably here.
They're just swarming. They're going to have to get help, though.
And Coulter off the glass.
Max Shuey once again establishing dominant position and executing on it.
Rubin runs up court quickly. Rubin thought about driving into the paint. Pulls up from 3. Rubin's 3 is good.
Darren Rubin sprays him with a smile. And he has played at such a high volume tonight.
Well, he's had so much energy saved up from not really playing the second and third quarter.
I mean, extremely limited by the defense.
Up court pass.
Risky pass by Geiger there.
That's 2 passes in a row risky. Geiger's going to pull up from 3. Answers back with one of his own.
You cannot make this stuff up.
Up court pass to Hugh.
They're just playing perseverance right now. Make it through 2 sloppy passes to get an off-balance 3. The hottest guy of the night, Gio Geiger.
Ball's deflected out of bounds off the cradle ball. It's going to stay with Oakwood. And now you see Coulter's coming back in for, that is number 24, Hodson. You see, he just takes 2 steps back and just pops it from 3 and drills it. And then Geiger on the other end, off-balance 3. Hugh left wide open in the corner, drives in, pulls up and uses the backboard. No, Coulter with the rebound.
Good defense by Max Shuey, making it back.
And Rubin almost poked it away.
Yeah, look at his hustle. He wants this game. Even if he has to do it all by himself, he's going to try.
Up court past the cradle ball, gives it back to Geiger. Geiger is now guarded by Sargent. Gives it over. Coulter drives into the paint. Shot off the glass is good.
And Oakwood's trap is failing miserably right now. They're not on the same page at all.
Rubin putting on the footwork, pulls back. It's a 3-point, no good.
And he's trying everything he can right now to get some space.
And the ball stolen away by Armstrong. Off the glass, no, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And it's actually Sargent.
Sargent sneaking in there. Drawing the foul. Every little attempt right now is extremely essential. You see just a mental error. Pass it too quick, Troy Coulter. Jaden Spar checks in now for the Lumberjacks, and Hodson will come back in as well for the Spartans.
It's going to stay with Oakwood after the ball's deflected out of bounds.
And they'll call a foul on Max Shuey.
Long inbound pass. Rubin gives it up to Spar gives it over. Spar now in the corner to, that was Armstrong's three. He's no good, and it's going to stay with Oakwood. .547 left. Oakwood up, or Valley View up 10 on Oakwood. Down low to Galvin. His shot's no good.
Jaden Spar, open three.
And it's good. Timeout Oakwood, and as they cut it to a single-digit lead, 7 points.
And that was probably one of the only opportunities that we're going to have to get a three-pointer, and they took it. Jimmy Galvin, he has to execute on those opportunities. He's come up short in just about every big moment tonight. You see, he just doesn't get high enough off that backboard. Louderback has his back, getting the offensive rebound and kicking it back out to Jaden Spar. So that changes the narrative of this game a little bit. They're only down by 7 now. The Spartans will have to take full advantage of every single possession that they receive.
I mean, Valley View's coach almost a borderline technical being called against him.
Yeah, Coach Butch Stidham had a very interesting exchange with the officials about a minute ago. Even some of the crowd started to shout out. And sports is very emotional though, so nothing new. Valley View will have the ball out of this timeout. Hodson inbounds to Percival. They'll look at Oakwood's pressure. Kicking it back and forth. Percival over to Cradle Ball.
Down low to Shuey.
And Shuey having the game of his season right now. Double-digit points, I'm sure double-digit rebounds, and taking advantage of every little opportunity he gets. Spar over to Sargent. Sargent takes the screen, resets.
Oakwood taking too much time. Sargent gives it back. Sargent drives in off the glass, no good. Shuey with another rebound.
We're gonna have to watch Max Shuey down low and match some of his physicality. See, Oakwood consistent with the pressure. Hoping things are gonna change, but this kind of rotation, I doubt it.
Cross court pass to Percival. Back to Hodson.
Geiger was almost wide open.
Percival has it back to our double team now. Back to Hodson. Down low to Shuey. Shuey trying to back up his defender. He does.
Max Shuey.
But doesn't answer to finish at the rim. Geiger left
wide open
for three. Geiger can't hit the three. Ball is.
That'll be a foul on Louderback. He was trying to come around Percival with too much momentum and ended up dragging him down. Max Shuey almost had another bucket there. See, Geiger misses it. Here comes Jack Armstrong in for Jaden Spar. Provided some valuable minutes off the bench. And they'll need Jack Armstrong's hustle here if they even want to remotely start to come back.
Free throws up and no good. Rebound by Armstrong. He comes into the game and makes a huge defensive rebound. Ruben gives it off to Hugh.
Good defense by
Hugh,
Geiger. Gets knocked down.
That three was halfway down. It's going to stay. It's going to stay with Oakwood.
Ooh, that was very close there. Kleiman and Shuey were fighting for the rebound. Sargent will be the inbounder now for the Lumberjacks.
If you're Valley View, you got to watch the inbound, giving it right back to the inbounder. Got to get it in. Gets it into Plyman. Gets it out to Hugh. Hugh drives in. Off on Shuey, no good.
Hugh misses again.
Cradle Ball with the rebound for the Spartans. Under 4 minutes left.
Daniel Hugh shooting 39% from the season has been horribly off today.
I still don't think he has a bucket left yet in this game. Drive into the paint, Geiger, high floater is good.
Gio Geiger making this even a wider deficit.
Ruben drives in. Ruben going to dribble all the way around the paint, kicks it out to Armstrong. His
Wide
three
open.
is on the way, and he drills it. An
Great
8-point game
creation.
with 3:24 left.
Darren Rubin being the catalyst, drawing all the attention there in the corner, and Jack Armstrong with no defender at the top of the key. Drills the open three. Only down by 8 now, Jared. 3.5 minutes left in this game. There you go. Geiger, Valley View's firecracker, putting them further beyond in this game, and then Jack Armstrong coming right back. Some of his first points of the night. There you see Oakwood head coach Paul Stone. The passionate speech is much necessary.
Man of many
the
hats
sideline.
in the Oakwood High School athletics office. He was the football coach for quite a while. He was the girls basketball head coach for 5 years. And finally he found himself as Oakwood's boys basketball coach. He's been there for, I think, the past 7 seasons.
The 4-6 Lumberjacks hope to come back against the 1-10 Spartans. A little different from their first affair as they took over the game for most of it, but Spartans ended up slightly coming back at the end. Still ended up coming away with it 53-48. We'll see how the outcome goes tonight. Hodson inbounds to Percival, who gets trapped. Kick it to Cradle Ball.
Cradle Ball. The way Shuey got open, I thought they were going to give it to Shuey down low. Gives it over to Geiger. Geiger over in the corner to Hodson. Hodson's going to launch a three. His three is airballed, and it's going to go back to Oakwood with 3:09 left in the quarter.
Way over, and Hodson was one of the heroes last game. 2 of 2 from 3. Had 8 points and 6 rebounds, but they'll put him back in here with 3 minutes to go. Sargent brings the ball up now.
Hands it off to Ruben. Ruben's going to pop a three. Ruben's three is no good.
Oh.
Percival with the rebound.
That miss will be huge if the Spartans can execute here. Geiger slicing through the defense in transition, gets blocked.
By, I believe that's Galvin. No, that's Plyman.
Jack Plyman blocked him. Out to Shuey. Scans the defense now. Percival
guarded by Hugh. Down low to Shuey. Shuey counted and one. No, he traveled.
First time they've called a travel on Shuey tonight.
Oakwood has got to capitalize on that turnover for them. The Spartans down 8 with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Armstrong gives it off to Plyman. Plyman hands it off to Ruben. Ruben dribbles in. Dribbles right back out of the three-point arc.
Ruben very dangerous. Nobody in the paint now. Sargent driving.
Sargent with the crossover hook, and it's good. Cuts it to a 6-point game.
Beautiful reversal that Cradle Ball could not block his shot. Sargent picks up Geiger.
And a timeout called by Valley View.
Valley View with a lot of momentum here. Just let Oakwood slip back in the game a little bit. Still up by 6 here. And a bucket would make a lot of difference. And Oakwood is determined in this fourth quarter to get Ruben open.
2 timeouts left for Valley View, 1 for Oakwood. Let's see here. Let's look at Shuey. That's 1, 2.
He hesitates and then.
And yeah, that's a good call by the ref.
Moves his feet again.
And that's actually heads-up play to look at from the refs. I mean, he planted and then jumped.
Something they haven't done a lot is move the guy who is on the man who's picking up to the high post, and that's something they did there, which allowed Sargent to come in and make that layup so easily.
And I bet Oakwood will go back to that probably in the next possession or two. Because now that you've got it to a 6-point game, you don't have to rely on just the 3 with 2.5 minutes left.
Let's see if Valley View can cook up now. Haven't seen Cade Cradle Ball included a lot in this offense. He is their second leading scorer, so let's see what number 4 can come up with. See if he's an option in this offense. Coulter in the inbound now. They'll stack up and get it to Percival.
Percival guarded by Hugh, gives it back to Coulter, who's guarded by Rubin. Coulter drives in, has it poked away, lost it on the way up.
Nice job by Sargent swooping in that lane.
Gives it over to Rubin, back to Hugh. Hugh drives in. Hugh has it blocked. And Coulter gives it off to Geiger with just under 2:50 left, or a minute 50 left.
Geiger trying to pass it.
Gets it up court. Geiger has it guarded by Hugh, and Hugh picks up a tic-tac foul.
Daniel Hugh still has not been able to get going in this game. And last time against Oakwood, he had 11, 2 rebounds, assists, and a steal. So an X factor that really hasn't been able to clearly establish himself.
The 1-and-1 for Geiger Cubbing.
So got stolen there. Tried to pass out of it.
Geiger's free throw is up and good. A 7-point game with a minute and a half left.
And Oakwood has to score every time now. 1 minute and a half to go.
Free throws up and good, and it's back to an 8-point game.
Especially with this aggressive defense they play, they have to score efficient buckets.
Rubin, and you cannot take as much time as Oakwood is doing now. Rubin takes the screen from Armstrong, gives it back to him. Armstrong down low.
They did not see Sargent wide open in the corner. You can see the look of disappointment on number 3's face.
Shuey tagged for the foul, his third. Plyman has got to make both free throws here for the Lumberjacks.
He does not look confident. Let's see how these end up. First one
is up and good.
I'll make some energy substitutions here. Rubin will come out. Substitute Jaden Spar and Joe Louderback. Plyman makes the second one, both rimmed in.
And now Cahill checks in for Plyman.
Getting some bench players in there late.
I think it's just for fouling purposes.
And they do come in and foul him.
Louderback fouls him. It's still 1-and-1.
Let's send Rubin right back in.
And now Rubin and Hugh come back in for Spar and, or no, Louderback and Cahill. Free throws up and good by Hodson.
They'll bring Galvin in for Spar. He'll go with experience here.
Hey, make sure you guys peek. Get the shooter, Jay.
Free throws up and good. Back to an 8-point game with a minute 12 left. Oakwood has got to go in a hurry.
Rubin slicing through the defense, kick the Sargent in the corner.
Sargent's three's no good, but an offensive rebound by Hugh, and it is stolen away by the Spartans, and Shuey is fouled.
So no miss is a good miss, but that was an encouraging foul. So a good dish from Rubin, but Sargent couldn't quite hit it in the face of the defense.
Shuey misses the first.
A little hope now for Oakwood. Down by 8.
Shuey misses the second one. Rubin with the rebound, under a minute left.
Percival's going to have to keep his focus on him.
Rubin has got to try and get a shot off, and he has it stolen away. Oh, he comes up looking for a foul.
They'll foul again. And with each second now, it looks more dim for the Oakwood Lumberjacks.
At the line of the Spartans, Gio Geiger, shooting 2.
And the man who has led them to a win tonight. Shoot free throws, Gio Geiger. This is the first one. Him and Max Shuey have been very dynamic tonight. Geiger misses the second one too.
Oakwood has got to get up court quickly.
Daniel Hu with a three.
Shoot a three, and it's no good. Offensive rebound. It's going to.
That'll be Valley View ball as Jack Armstrong tried at the last second. Perhaps not the best shot available, but you rushing for the three.
At that point, you just got to shoot for time.
There's 6 guys on the floor. Galvin will come off now too. Come in their fouling package, just like you said, Jared. Hodson gets the ball now, gets trapped. They keep on trying to call a timeout. And Butch Stidham called about 7 timeouts and no one reacted. And Butch Stidham very angered.
Timeout, a 60-second timeout.
He was calling timeout for about a good 15 seconds there. Interesting. I've never seen that one before. So 30 seconds left. And it looks just about bleak for the Lumberjacks.
They're trying to figure out if there should be timeout on the clock. Let's take a look at that replay on that last inbound and see if we have any time coming off the clock.
So you heard the first buzzer there. And there comes the whistle. And both teams will proceed back out onto the court. And for seniors, this will be the last chapter of this classic rivalry. They'll call a blocking foul on Cahill. Caged them out of bounds.
At the line of the Spartans, Bradley Hudson, shooting 2.
There you see
Hudson misses the first.
3 main players back in. Hugh Rubin and Jimmy Galvin. Hodson. Second one is good. 30 seconds, it'll take nothing short of a miracle here. Rubin
launches a 3, no
air
good.
ball. Daniel Hugh gets the rebound. Almost got the rebound, but Valley ended up deflecting loose ball out of bounds. Inbound Rubin coming hard. Armstrong receives it. Sargent pass to Who? Step back 3.
Step back threes, no
Still
good.
no buckets for number 5 tonight. He has been in a drought. And Valley View will run away with this one, 56-47, and get their second win.
Extracurricular activity between the two. Valley View wins 56-47. And that is how the game will end. Valley View dominates this game at home, revenges a 3-point loss earlier, and wins. Join us next week as the Miamisburg Vikings girls will take on the Kettering Fairmont Firebirds girls down in Trent Arena in our game of the week next Wednesday on the 23rd of January. Signing off for the rest of the Miami Valley Communications crew, I'm Jared Bergstrom alongside Jeff Allen.
That's all, folks.